Hey, what is up, guys? Steve here, and it is time to start another stream. Today I have a Pokemon we've all been curious about. Today we are playing Xatu. Now, if you're wondering why Xatu, that's such a weird Pokemon, nobody plays Xatu. Well, if you guys have been keeping up with the rental randomizer streams, you will have learned that Xatu is an absolute force to be defeated with, because this thing is crazy. This thing knocks out like so many Pokemon. It's absolutely nuts. So in honor of Will's Xatu, we're gonna be playing Xatu and finding out, is Xatu actually that good? If anybody is wondering what moveset Will is using that makes Xatu so good, it is, I believe, Psychic, Nightshade, Giga Drain, and oof, I do not see a fourth. Oh, and Fly. Right. So that moveset is not going to be super good against the league here in Gen 2, mainly Jasmine and her Steelix. But you know what? We're going to find out just how strong this is. I put an over-under of 1 hour and 50 minutes. I figured this would be a relatively comparable run to a Crobat or a Skarmory, Pokemon that just kind of are pretty good. But here's the thing, both Crobat and Skarmory had stats, whereas Xatu does not have stats. So it'll be interesting to see how a Gen 1 like moveset does in Gen 2, where things are quite a bit more difficult. We also do not get Psychic until 65, so that's really unfortunate. Future Sight's pretty much an unusable move. Thank you, Cody, for the updated subscription. No, membership. All right. Let's see. This is gonna be interesting. Ursaring's a great Pokemon, Cody. Boy, I'd love to do Ursaring again someday. I feel like I've done Ursaring before. I think the only thing that's bad about Ursaring is it's slow. I want to say it's pretty good at everything else. All right. I think that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and get started. Good. I was unsure if that was gonna work. Hopefully everything works for us today. We last week had the issue, or well, yesterday had the issue where the overlay wasn't working, but I think that had to do with swapping out so many ROMs. I don't think we'll have that problem today. You guys will also see all the new features that were added to the overlay this week by MVF. Not the features that he added last night, though. I never got around to doing that. He added some changes. You know what I just now realized? Look at my hat. You can see through it. That means it must be green. That is green. Never even noticed that Ash's hat was green. That's funny that you can kind of see the Gyarados through the hat. All right, go ahead. Start a run. Nickname, if anybody wants to tell me before we get started. Let me go ahead and start the vertical stream. Well, hopefully you get that working, Cody, because I think you're probably going to want to play one of those broken Pokemon from Gen 1, I would imagine. You never got around to getting me all of the stats, moveset, and all of that good stuff for myself to do a stream of it, but I'm sure that's probably one of the things you'll probably be testing. All right, welcome everybody who is on the vertical stream. Welcome to today's stream. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Let me just fix the setup here a little bit. Did not recenter, so I recentered the Retro Arch. I did not recenter Super Shucky. Not really a difference between Retro Arch and Super Shucky. The difference is Retro Arch will allow you to play Gen 1 in full color, and Super Shucky won't, but Super Shucky is more smooth And since color doesn't matter in Gen 2, I'd rather go for smooth. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. If anybody wants to put a nickname before we get there, by all means. If not, we're just going to go with something along the lines of tweet, or birdie. Just something corny. All right. And we don't start our timer until after we've given ourselves the nickname for the run. And our nickname, or sorry, not nickname, egg move for the run, since we have to edit the egg move. All good, Cody. I was not expecting it like that moment I asked. All right, I do not remember what I changed, but I think all of the starters don't really have a good matchup against Xatu, so it didn't really matter what I picked, and so I just went with the hardest one, and therefore, ooh, love that. All right, if you guys don't know what I'm seeing, the background now has an effect where it blurs the line between the color and then the two types. Very cool effect. All right, so let's see. Our egg move is drill peck. Save. Get rid of that reset. And starter timer. All right, so drill peck's gonna feel pretty solid here at the beginning, but it's gonna become pretty underwhelming pretty quickly. 120 power though is very solid. Unfortunately, our attack stat is quite mediocre, but there's not really much you can do about that, unfortunately. Grab that. Indeed. I actually had quite a few moves to pick from with the Xatu. I went with drill peck because it had the highest power and it was going to make the early game the smoothest. But there was certainly an argument for steel wing, which is coverage it does not get whatsoever. But I was pretty sure that steel resists steel. So if that's the case, then there is no matchup where steel wing would be good at all. So I figured steel wing would be bad. And the other egg move I could have chosen was feint attack, I believe. And feint attack wouldn't be a bad choice because we don't really get any dark moves except for thief. But because we don't go for the shiny only, so we're not really using hidden power dragon, we're using hidden power dark. So because we always have the highest IVs, we will always have hidden power dark. So hidden power dark will be 70 power and feint attack is 60 power. So I figured feint attack wasn't really a good choice. And that really just kind of left drill peck. And you know what? Drill peck's great because it didn't get a good flying move except for fly. And you can't, well, you guess you can unteach fly, but that would still require a trip to I can't remember the name of the city off the top of my head. Oh my god. I was trying to think Dragon's Den, but that's not right. Regardless, at the last city in Johto you would have to go to, and then I would have to fly somewhere else, which wouldn't be a problem because I'd still be picking up our fly user because it takes no effort to pick up our fly user. So it's not like drill peck is a huge upgrade over fly, but it's still a good move to have. And another added bonus of having drill peck instead of fly, Blackthorn, is that I would be able to use drill peck on Chuck before I get fly, whereas I'm sure everybody would understand that against a fighting gym you'd like a good flying move. So it makes perfect sense to have drill peck as my choice. It makes good sense for the second gym. It makes good sense for honestly the fourth gym, because Morty not the easiest guy to hit with moves, and a physical move is usually one of the better moves you can hit a ghost with. So that worked out actually. And then obviously the fighting gym. So Drill Peck just seemed to work out. Now the thing that doesn't work out is, of course, how am I going to defeat Jasmine? I think we're going to be doing a lot of optional training this run because we don't have an option for Jasmine. And that's actually why we're going to be keeping Nightshade for quite a long time, because I think Nightshade is how we're going to beat Jasmine. I don't know how much HP the Steelix or even the Magnemites have, but I can't imagine the Magnemites are more than a 3-shot and the Steelix is more than a 4-shot. If that Steelix has more than 160 HP, I'd be a little surprised. Because we'll probably be level 40 by the time we get there, so I just kind of did the math with 40. I don't think the Magnemites will have 120, so it'll be a 3-shot. And Steelix could have 160, but I highly doubt it. We don't change hidden power. Hidden power will always be dark, no matter what. Hidden power is basically a set move for me. I think allowing the changing of hidden power, it's not necessarily like cheating in a sense of what do you call it? Like it's not like I would do it. I would do the hidden power thing, but then people would make arguments and comments saying, well, I bet you hidden power ground would have been better, or I bet you hidden power fire would have been better. And then it just opens the whole argument for, well, maybe I should have used 5 different hidden powers, and now the Pokemon is going to suffer because I don't know. And I don't want to replay runs like a bunch of times with a bunch of hidden powers. Plus, you know, if I replay a run even twice, you know, like I am right now, then someone would be like, oh man, you should have used hidden power ice. That would have easily have done better. And then be like, oh, just do a 3rd run. It's not a big deal. Well, Gen 2 takes like 2 hours. It's not worth it. So it's more of just a balancing issue. If every Pokemon has hidden power dark, then it makes all the runs a little bit easier to compare. Interestingly enough, like all of the other channels, they ban like egg moves, which I think egg moves is a lot more legit than hidden power. Like editing hidden power feels a lot more cheaty than egg moves, but neither one of them are all that cheaty to me. The whole premise of a solo run is, what can this Pokemon do in the ideal conditions? Like the most ideal conditions, and the most ideal conditions is perfect Pokemon. So I will never argue that changing the hidden power is cheating. I'm mostly making a competitive argument that I'm not changing the hidden power, because then there'll be too many arguments that I used the wrong hidden power. And then, like, do I put the hidden power that I used on the leaderboard? Like, I don't know where it ends. Oh, Steelix is 103. Nice. So actually, Steelix is a 3-shot with Nightshade. Okay. I'll take a 2-shot. That means the poison cure or paralysis cure berry is actually gonna be enough to beat the 2 Magnemites. I just essentially need the 1 miss. And that's if she throws 2 Magnemites in a row. She might not. Oh, crap. I should have saved. I totally forgot that I... Oh, wait, I'm not weak to Fury Cutter. Nice. It didn't matter. Drill Peck was just the bomb. But yeah, definitely don't say like I think it's cheating. I don't think hidden power is cheating. I just think it's too argumentative. Too many people are gonna be like, well, now you got to play a run with hidden power ground, one with hidden power ice, and hidden power rock to see which one's best. I'm just not gonna do 3 runs. Plus, what you know, the first run is kind of the warm-up to the second run. Really, I don't want to try out 2 hidden powers at all. I want to use 1 hidden power. Like, if I were to do it, I would stick with my first hidden power of fire. I wouldn't change it. So then that adds a whole layer of arguments as well. Oh, good. We have the Bellsprout already. Good. Yeah. So it's kind of like how Scott bans bike. He does it because his early runs didn't have the bike. So he doesn't want to taint his later runs by having the bike as the in the results. And essentially that's kind of what I'm doing with the hidden power. I don't want to taint my results. And I also don't want to open the results up for argument. Let's see. Do we get headbutt? We do not. Okay. Hello, call cutter and more. Welcome to the stream. We might actually come back and do these trainers. Actually, no, I won't. No, I won't. Why would I come back and do these trainers? No. We're gonna try Jasmine at level 40 with Nightshade. See how it goes. If Boss KO is right and it really is just a 2-shot and a 3-shot if I get to level 40. Actually, we don't even have to do level 40. If he's right, then all we really need is level... Crap, I missed what he said. I think it was 103. So whatever 103 divided by 3 is, that's what we need. So 33 plus 4, 33 plus 5, 38. Minimum level 38. Boy, that's the 5th phone call I've gotten today. Make that 6th. I've gotten 6 phone calls today. If everyone's like probably thinking big deal, 6 phone calls is not a big deal whatsoever. I don't get any phone calls. I will go most days with 0 phone calls. And the weird thing is, I also, like, my work doesn't typically have meetings. I will have essentially 2 state of the company meetings every 6 months. And that's like the big portion of our meetings. I should just say that's all of our meetings. 2 meetings, 2 state of the company meetings, and I guess today was some sort of employee satisfaction meeting. So I only have 3 meetings a year, and my phone went off 3 times during the meeting. And I had to explain to the person next to me, this doesn't normally happen. I don't put my phone on mute because I don't get phone calls. Like, it was crazy. Like, my grandmother's like the only one who calls me. Everyone else texts me. All right, we probably will end up doing some of those guys at some point. I don't remember how fast Xatu is, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the Quick Claw. I'll try and pay attention to our speed throughout the run, but I have a feeling Xatu is going to be too fast for the Quick Claw. I also don't know where the Sharp Beak is. So, oops, wrong thing. I know where so many items are in this game. I don't know where the Sharp Beak is. It's probably a day of the week item. I know where all of the item locations are in the entire game. I just don't know who gives it. But I know where all of the items are. Thanks to the randomizer, I know the location of every item. I just don't know what the items are. Metronome Fire Punch, okay. Did I do... Oh, I did exactly 18 damage, which is exactly basically how much Nightshade does. Oof. Oh, I was outsped by one. Oh, I mean, if I lose again, I'm going to do 2 trainers. Route 40. I unfortunately don't know which... I have not memorized the route numbers, unfortunately. Why in the world did that Miltank outspeed me one time, but not outspeed me another time? Interesting. Okay, so it went first. I got a flinch. Then I went first. So my overlay says we're speed tied. Or we're not speed tied. But clearly we are speed tied. On Monday only? Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, in the next run we'll know to be level 19 for Whitney. Can't get flinched, as well as just outspeeding. Oh, it wasn't a speed tie. It was the quick claw. The quick claw was activating, making us go first. Yeah. It was just activating so much that it made it look like a speed tie. Why are you getting constant crits? I just need you to use a rollout chain and we're good. Stop getting crit stomps. All right, so that did 20 damage. So we want to be on the drill peck train. Yeah, if we go first, then we don't need the rollout miss. But if we go second, then we do need the rollout miss. All right, well, next run we know, level 19. Bare minimum. Still not sure why she went stomp. Maybe she knew that she was going to get a crit and decided to go stomp, because she seemed to go with rollout on the attempts after. Oops. Interesting. I now really hope I pass Voltorb girl. Or Voltorb guy, because Voltorb guy with drill peck's not going to be fun. Well, yes, Axu, I could do that. That seems not good just because I would have to keep teleport on my moveset. But I guess instead of Leer and Peck, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Darn it. Please don't hit me with hypnosis. Okay. Luckily, that didn't matter. I still don't have a second move. Do I consider getting... hidden power, just so I have a little bit of choice? I mean, we pretty much just have the choice of hidden power, I guess. I don't see another move I can get, because Giga Drain is also in Kanto. Question is, how early should I consider getting it? Because it looks like I'm not really going to need it until after Chuck, and after Chuck is when I normally get it anyways. Well, the Abra doesn't really, like, waste much time, because it's not that hard to pick it up. Like, I still have to go to the underground to get the coin case. Oh, no, I guess it would save me the coin case time, but it wouldn't save me those 2 battles. It would just save the coin case itself time. Because I still have to do those 2 battles, because those 2 battles are required for when I do the rocket portion of the game. So it really only saves the going to the underground in the coin case time, and then going to buy the coins and pick up the Abra. So really, it's not like that big of a problem or out of the way. It really just doesn't save that much time. It's just overworld movement. So if okay, we knocked out that Haunter. That's a good sign. 23, that's a 2-shot with Nightshade. Sweet. In hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have picked Bayleaf because of Drill Peck. But my brain was on autopilot. I went with the hardest starter, which Bayleaf, because of its Razor Leaf, early Razor Leaf, makes it the hardest starter by far. But realistically, I don't think any of the other starters would fare any better. Can I knock this out with Peck? Nice. I will finish the rest off with with Drill Peck after this, but why not? Yeah, the starter makes a big difference in Gen 1, because in Gen 1, the starter itself will change the rest of the team. Like, if you pick Charizard, then the other two Pokemon are Gyarados and Exeggutor. So, like, for instance, if your Pokemon really, really does not like water types, you actually don't pick Blastoise, because Gyarados is a lot scarier than Blastoise. So you would pick a different starter, and usually Charizard's the hardest starting team because Arcanine sucks, Blastoise sucks, Exeggutor is annoying but not hard, but in this game nothing else changes other than the starter, so really the starter is relatively meaningless. Yeah, well, Feraligatr doesn't get a good move until the final rival battle, in which I think it gets Slash. But other than that, I think Feraligator's got Scratch, Rage, and Water Gun for like the first 5 battles, or 4 battles. So really, there is no good choice. I would argue the underground rival is actually the second hardest. Oh, wrong. No. I was like trying to teach Cut and Surf. Didn't have the Krabby yet. Oh, look, a 5% Staryu. Hey, look, I sprinkled some water on the ocean. Oh my god, another 5% Staryu. I wonder what the odds of that are. Uh, 40% Magikarp. How good is Typhlosion? Typhlosion basically just has Flame Wheel. I don't know if it has another physical attack. I assume it does, but it's pretty much just known for Flame Wheel. And honestly, the hardest Pokemon on the Rivals team isn't even the starter, it's actually the Golbat. The second rival battle, the hardest Pokemon is the starter. Because the starter can be Bayleaf, and Bayleaf can have Razor Leaf and Body Slam. By far better than the other 2 Pokemon's movesets. And then Rival 4, the Golbat will use Confuse Ray. And Golbat will always survive a hit, it seems. Like, it'll always tank a hit and then hit you with Confuse Ray. And then, as you probably can imagine, anything can happen when you get hit by Confuse Ray. So, really, it's just those 2 rival battles. The last rival battle can be difficult if you have no way of defeating the Magneton quickly, because the Magneton pretty much will always use Thunder Wave for some reason. And Thunder Wave could, once again, just anything can happen when you've been hit by Thunder Wave. See, this is what I meant with speed. I don't just walk right up to the water and have the same problems that he does. I walk up to the water and then I teach the HMs. So he was having problems that I don't have. And this is what oh, darn it. If you go diagonally, you usually skip the 2 water girls. I just didn't go diagonally down enough. There's not much you can do about this girl. She says you or she doesn't. Unfortunately, we don't have a Pokemon that's good against Magnemite, so the rival battles are not going to be guaranteed whatsoever. We'll do our best on this very first run. We'll probably try to do the minimum amount of training we can. But honestly, I think we're going to have a really, really hard time when we get to Lance. Like, the run may look fine all the way up to Lance, and then we're going to get brick walled by Lance because we're not going to be able to two-shot his Pokemon. If we were able to two-shot his Pokemon, sure. Which, that will teach us on the second run that we need to do more training. And you guys recently learned from even Iron... Crap, what's that Pokemon you just did? The Salamence one, the Iron Salamence, Roaring Moon. Even Roaring Moon needed to do some training before you get to the league. Lance is a tough cookie. I think I was, I don't think I said it on stream, but I told Ike, who's just starting out Gen 2, so I'm like giving little tidbits of advice. Most Pokemon in Gen 2 fall under 3 categories. Like, basically all the Pokemon fall under 3 categories, and it has nothing to do with type. Shockingly. The Pokemon... Oh. Darn it. There's a Pokemon that can 3-shot the Dragonites. That's its own category. That's the hard category. There's Pokemon that can 2-shot the Dragonites that require a Thunder Wave miss. And then there's the Pokemon that can 1-shot the Dragonites with like an Ice move. Not a Dragon move though. Ice move. Has to be an Ice move. But most Pokemon fall into those 3 categories. And unfortunately, we won't know what category our Pokemon fits into until we get there. But once you know what category your Pokemon fits into, then you can kind of just work around it. You can just train to the point where you 2-shot the Dragonites and then everything's fine. Then you just got to get the Thunder Wave miss, which happens quite often. After all, you get 2 chances for Thunder Wave to miss. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, very rarely can anything 1-shot a Dragonite. Like, when I say 1-shot a Dragonite, I truly do mean Ice moves. Like, Ice moves. That's pretty much it. Even when I was doing Shiny only runs and my hidden power was Dragon, it just didn't matter. Hidden power Dragon isn't usually as good. It's usually worse than just Return with Pink Bow, despite being super effective. On the bright side, this Drill Peck is really making up some solid time in this early game. Yes. Stab Dragon's a little bit different, but I'm just talking regular Dragon. Essentially, Pokemon that are not Kingdra or Dragonite. The only 2 dragons in this game. Crazy to think I still don't have a 3rd move. I still basically have my egg move and my starting Nightshade, which I've only used on Magnemites? I think that's it. If anybody's wondering why our over-under is real high, it's because I am predicting a very, very bad Lance. Like, I'm essentially predicting a luck-based Lance. Like, I'm, like, how should I put it? You know how I say Kanto is essentially 20 minutes? So if you take the over-under of 150, subtract the 20-minute Kanto out, which is essentially a 3-try red, then you get 130. I think that when we make it to Lance, we'll make it to Lance at 1 hour. And we're going to spend almost 30 minutes on Lance. Maybe like 25 minutes. But essentially, what we're essentially going to have to... Come on! I absolutely talked to the... Who was it? Was it Raticate Guy? Because I swear I talked to Raticate Guy. I swear I talked to them. I was actively thinking about talking to them, and I was pretty sure I did it. Darn. I really hate how I think their text says something along the lines of what the password is. So it really confuses me, making me think that I've already talked to them again, and I guess I didn't. But yeah, I'm predicting we're gonna need something ridiculous like 2 Thunderwave misses or crit to beat Lance for this first run. But I honestly believe that this Pokemon on the second run is probably capable of like a 135. But the over-under is 150 because I think Lance is going to just be that bad. You're pretty excited for Among Us, which I assume is how you say that because I've never played it before. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that Pokemon. I already made its moveset, and it's not very good. But you know what? I did not look over its stats, so... Maybe its stats will be better than expected, but like if you look at its moveset, it doesn't get Spore until like 50. So it's not gonna be good because people are like, it's a Spore user, it's gonna be great. But it just like this Pokemon right here, people think, oh, it's Xatu, it learns Psychic. Well, it learns Psychic at 65, so, you know, it's not really a Psychic user. By the time it becomes a Psychic user, we're already at Lance, or we're already at Red, and by the time we get to Red, we don't even need Psychic. So, it's really not a Psychic user. So, Among Us is basically not a Spore user. If it's 40, I'll take that back. But if it is 50, like I think it is, then I'm not taking it back. Because if it's level 50, then it's basically just blue and red, and that's it. Because I don't believe it was in the medium slow level up group, nor do I think it was in the fast level up group. I think it was medium fast. And if it's medium fast, then it's basically doesn't have Spore. Not unless you're like, oh, come on. Frozen, I was perfectly fine. I was going to win. Okay, no attack drop. That's what I cared about most. Oh, it missed Blizzard. Nice. But if I recall, Among Us, its moveset was pretty grass heavy, which is not super good. Oh, remember what we said about needing to be level 38? We are not level 38. Unfortunately, we don't have the badge that will enable the rocket portion of the game, so I guess we're just gonna knock stuff out until we hit that 38. Unless, oh wait, hold on. What's 36 times 3? Okay. Oh god. Okay, hold on. Let's break this up. With 30 times 3 is 90. So 6 times 3 is 18. So 90 plus 18. 108. Oh, 36 is enough. Okay, never mind. We're good. Oh, I just made it in before Cody. Whew. Crap, I forgot to put on the paralysis cure berry. Miss. Oh wait, we needed a miss anyways. Darn it. We needed a miss and the with the berry. Okay. Well, that's one reset. Now I gotta fish for that paralyze miss. Or thunderwave miss. There's a horror movie called Kin E Fetid, where 4 sadistic teenagers, teenage killers, and a humanoid worm creature start hunting a group of young people in a desert. Slater, that is some dark stuff. And you're talking to a guy who absolutely loves murder stuff. That's a worminoid creature is a little too sci-fi for me. I'm more into actual murder investigations, and not like CSI, like, you know, canned murder investigations. I'm talking like shows that are about real killers. Like right now, I'm on a binge of just watching killer content about killers. I've recently watched. I'll get rid of Peck. Right now I'm going like on Amazon Prime and Hulu, which are the two things that I have, and just kind of like trying out different shows. Some have better narrators, some have better storytelling. Some of them are downright bad, but you just gotta figure out which ones are good. Give it a few episodes. But my favorite episodes are about women killers. Always interesting when you see a woman who becomes a murderer. The motive is sometimes totally different for like every woman. Motive, the method of killing, like it's crazy. I've seen women that stab. I've seen women that poison. I've seen women that shoot. I have not really seen any women do strangulation though. That one's pretty rare. But it's always interesting because it's just so rare. I don't know. It's just that when I watch like canned murder shows like CSI, I'll just be like, well, nobody would ever do that. Like, why would anybody do that? Who would be that elaborate? Why would somebody leave this clue? And then the real ones are like, yeah, we had no clue what we were doing. We just found this thing, and it helped. It was great. I saw one episode of a murder show where the reason why some guy got caught, he wasn't caught on anything, and then he stole a Nintendo Switch from a guy's house, but didn't steal the receipt, just stole the Switch. And they got the receipt, they figured out the ID of the Switch, then they waited for it to connect to the internet. Once it had connected to the internet, then they were able to track down who was using it. They were able to question that guy, And then once they knew which guy it was, they then got his phone records, and then they tracked his phone GPS and found out that his phone was outside of the guy's house who got killed at the time of the murder. Freaking love that stuff. Like, that was a real murder that got solved. That was crazy. It was caught because of a Nintendo Switch. That stuff's fun to me. Oh, I haven't gotten return yet. This is not a normal flying type, so I mean, Drill Peck's just gonna be better. Ooh, okay. Well, we didn't get hit by Confused Ray, so that's probably the most important thing. But we did get Thunder Waved. I think I saved though, so I think we'll be fine. Okay, not fine. That's fine. We'll give it a heal and then another save. I don't think I would have survived that Shadow Ball from Haunter. So in the end, I don't think it truly mattered if I would have went in at full HP. Ouch, we got Confused Raid. Alright. Please don't get hit by Thunderwave. Darn it! Why must you always Thunderwave me? That's not cool. Fully paralyzed. Alright. Haunter, Curse. Okay, I guess we'll take the Curse if we can manage to one-shot this Meganium. Reflect, not great. Body Slam. Did not get fully paralyzed. Perfect. Alright, we've got a full restore. We'll go ahead and use the full restore. I just noticed that we still have this protein. Okay. How many? I think I still have 2 ethers left. At this point, we'll probably just use all of the ethers on just Drill Pecks. Can't really see a Pokemon that I would not use Drill Peck on. Yep, from here on out, there's no Pokemon that really resists flying types. There's a Weezing, but I think that one's got mostly just because it's a lot of defense, not because it resists or anything. Since I used that that full restore, I grabbed that max potion just in case. I don't know if I have already used all of my full heals or not. I think I still have 1 remaining. Yep, I do. So between the max potion, full heal, we pretty much have another max or full restore. All right, I want to say this next trainer has got a Golbat and something. Yep. Eradicate Golbat. All right. Let's grab this. It's gonna be faster. It's just easier to hold that finding ether in the middle of my bag. Kind of slow compared to just grab the last item in my bag. I'm having a hard time thinking, do I even need return at all? It's not like it's stab. It's only going to have 102 power to Drill Peck's 135. Oh, we forgot to put on the Quick Claw. But to be fair, we've outsped pretty much everything except the one Sneasel, I think, was like the only thing that Oh, actually, now that I think about it, we only were outsped by the Sneasel because we were paralyzed. Although, there is a chance that Sneasel outsped us. We learned from Stadium that Sneasel's probably one of the faster Pokemon in the game. So it would not shock me if Sneasel just straight up outsped me. I guess I'll pick up the pink bow, but that's mostly just because I'm already here. I can't learn any of the punches, but we'll grab return. But I don't think I'll be using it. It's not like anybody on Red's team resists Drill Peck, so I mean, if we do the whole curse strat, we could just use Drill Peck instead of return. I was gonna say Brock probably resists flying moves later, but that doesn't really matter. Oh, you know what? All of Surge pretty much entirely resists Drill Peck. But we're gonna be so over leveled by the time we get to Surge, I don't think it matters. But I guess Surge does have all of those double teams. Maybe I should pick up return before I end up leaving. Well, here's the thing. If we don't need return, then we can change the day of the week. Unlike Scott, I don't allow the changing of the day of the week. If you're going to change the day of the week, it's at the very, very beginning of the run. You can't just change what day it is in real life. Like, I can change whatever Pokemon it is through sheer, trying and whatnot. I can't just change the day of the week. If today is Sunday, it's Sunday. I can't just change it. It requires a whole, ridiculous button combo, I've been told, to change the day of the week in-game, so that shouldn't count either. Really, that's one of the only things I disagree with is the changing of the day of the week. If you choose to pick Saturday because you want Ice Beam, then you're gonna have to sacrifice return for it. If you choose Monday because you want the sharp beak, then you're gonna have to sacrifice, the whole flamethrower or return because of it. You can't just change the day of the week. You can start on a different day of the week, which is what I plan on doing. Maybe. If we end up not needing return for the rest of the run, we'll consider it. Really, the only Pokemon I can think of that I'm not really going to use Drill Peck on for pretty much the majority of the rest of the run is Blue's Rhydon, and I plan on using Nightshade, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, so if we did make it Monday for the Sharpeak, where is the Route 40 that Boss KO mentioned? I assume it's Johto because Johto has got all the high route numbers and Kanto's got all the low route numbers. So I assume it's not very far. Because if you tell me where it is, I'll know where it is. I just don't know what Route 40 is. 40 is just a number to me. I don't actually have routes assigned to it. Like, even in Gen 1, which I played almost 1,000 times, I don't have the routes memorized. In fact, I basically don't have any of the routes memorized except for Route 1, 2, and 3. Like, I don't even know what Cycling Road's route is. I know it has a route number, but I just call it Cycling Road. And when I, for instance, east of Fuchsia, I don't know any of the route numbers. I say east of Fuchsia, right 1, and I say east of Fuchsia, right 1, up 1. Then I go, east of Vermilion. I just kind of section the game off instead of using the route numbers. It's where the rock smash boulders are, heading to Cianwood. Oh, I know exactly where that is. Left. Okay. Yeah, I know exactly where that is. All right. Yep. There's a girl that's looking right. You can talk to her near this rock smash boulders. All right, we did not get flash this game, so we're not picking up that rare candy, but we'll be picking up the rest of the rare candies. I also did not pick up the PP up in Ice Cave. That was probably a little stupid. But we do still have 2 ethers, so honestly, if we run out of PP, we can just ether it up a little bit. Plus, I can pick up the extra max elixir where the Elite Four is, essentially ensuring that I have enough PP for everything. I do suspect that not this run, because like I said, this run we try as minimum battles as we can, so that way we know what the hard parts are. But the next run, I'm expecting that I will be doing the training before Victory Road, but not this run. Last but not least, this is not a rare candy, but we used our Paralyzed Cure Berry, and we already used our Paralyzed Cure Berry against Jasmine, so we need a replacement Paralyzed Cure Berry, and you basically just hug the wall. We're probably going to need Curse for this run, MVF, so nighttime will matter. But the Cianwood, if anybody wants to tell me what my in-game, like if it's day... Wait. Anytime? Good. Good. If it had to be like during the day... Oh, whoops. That was a mistake. What I could have done was I could have like started either 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Or sorry, 5 p.m., which is considered the daytime, or 4 p.m., if depending on how far into the game Cianwood is. Not Cianwood. How far into the game oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. The city with Jasmine is. The Lighthouse City. I would assume that's probably an hour and a half into the game. So I would probably have to set the game time to 4. And by the time I get to Kanto, which is, you know, which is basically right now, which is the 3-hour mark of this run, then we would have to come back and pick up Curse, but we wouldn't be able to get Curse immediately, but we could always just come back and get Curse. Krabby Town, yeah. All right, as kind of expected, we're approximately level 50 going into the league. Well, looks like 49. Oh, if anybody was wondering, I did pick up Solar Beam because we can learn it. I don't see a scenario where I would teach Solar Beam, but as you can probably imagine, it's better to have and not need than to not have at all. For the Elite Four. Nice. Is this gonna be a 2-shot? It certainly will be. Why? Why do you exist to only Thunder Wave Magneton? Why must you do this to me? Oh. Oh no. No. I knew that was gonna future sight. I was like, is it really gonna all go down to Meganium? No, I ended up hitting myself. I wonder if I should consider hidden powering. just to see how much damage it would do. I just got triple flinched. That's insane. Oh, look, it missed. Man, if we could just, like, you know, knock out one of those Golbats in one hit, it'd be great. I have a feeling, though, we're going to have such a hard time at Lance that we'll be a much, much higher level this second run. All right. I forgot to get return, so Pink Bow's useless. I'm putting the Quick Claw on just because there's really no reason not to have it on. Oh, my special attack is higher. I probably should have used Hidden Power. Well, yeah. All right, let's see. One shot. Okay, it didn't matter. Crit. Okay. All right, your special defense is lower. Okay. And my special offense is higher. So, defense. Your regular defense is lower. Oh, and of course, Drill Peck is super effective. That too. Confuse Ray. Don't mind if I do. We might actually need that as part of our strategy to end up beating Lance. I don't really... Oh, never mind. I just remembered that Fortress is bug type. I was gonna say, I don't really have a plan for Fortress, but Drill Peck should be neutral. Nice. I wonder if they've got the whole stomp thing in this generation. Speed told me if there's a Pokemon that's been minimized, you can have 100% accuracy using stomp and double damage. I didn't really need to use those ethers, but it's an extra max elixir, I guess, for later. All right, Hitmontop. I imagine Onyx might be... Let's see, it would be a 2-shot with Nightshade. I'm just curious how much Hidden Power would do. Almost. I have a feeling Machamp will live. It's got Rock Slide as well. Wow. That's good to know. Machamp is a very, very bulky Pokemon. Knocking out a Machamp in one hit is no small feat. I'm using such unconventional healing methods. Healing and PP methods. I guess it's the whole Kaizo in me. It's just like, hey, just use what you got. Use the worst one, keep the best ones for later. Okay. The rest of the Pokemon should pretty much do nothing. Okay, I take that back. Apparently Houndoom is pretty solid. Luckily, it's kind of slow. Oh, interesting. I got a crit, but I highly doubt that crit mattered. Okay. So let's first of all put the Paralysis Cure Berry on because I'm going to forget. Full Restore. Max Elixir. All right. So, if we can't two-shot the Dragonites, we're probably going to end up having to go with some sort of Confuse Ray plan. All right, so Nightshade is obviously not going to work. Okay, so it is two-shot. That's good. Looks like kind of a range. Question is it a consistent range? Like, do I just need to be a slightly higher level, or is my current level pretty good? All right, your special defense is shockingly higher. Interesting. Flinch. Okay. So we have to get that Thunderwave miss. And even after the Thunderwave miss, it looks like the Dragonite might still be not Dragonite. Aerodactyl might still be a problem. This is actually one of those runs where if I had the router, it would make a pretty big difference, because then I would know which one's definitely stronger, Hidden Power or Drill Peck. Both of them probably do relatively equal-ish amounts of damage to Aerodactyl, but I don't really know. Okay, well, we haven't gotten the miss yet. On the bright side, every single... Okay, so it does approximately a third with Drill Peck. Interestingly enough, the Aerodactyl has either gotten a crit or a flinch every single time. It looks like we don't need to be a higher level, which is nice. Oh, that's not a good range. Okay, so we definitely want to arrive slightly higher level, which is kind of already the plan we had going in. Interestingly enough, we can't get a 25% chance to save our life. 25% chance times 2. Essentially, there we go. We finally got one. The 50% chance that one of these Dragonites does not Thunder Wave me successfully. Okay. All right, so we know Drill Peck does about a third. Hidden Power also does about a third. And the Aerodactyl does almost half. So that means we'd have to go to the second Dragonite and Charizard with like a sliver of HP. That's not going to work. Yeah. Hit yourself? Nope. Okay. I don't know how being a higher level would affect things. Hey, John. I mean, we definitely want to be a higher level for the next run. That's for sure. The question is, I don't really know if a higher level will make much of a difference on that Aerodactyl. Like, going from a third to half is quite a big difference. We finally got that Thunder Wave miss we were hoping for twice in a row. That's good. I guess we pretty much need it to hit itself one time. That might be the difference. Oh, I got a crit. That's kind of too lucky. 25 HP. Okay, that's fine. All right. Not a one shot as expected. So yeah, you have to do something. You can't just wing it on that Aerodactyl. Oh, and the level 50 Dragonite. Okay, so being a higher level would make a difference for that Aerodactyl, and it would make you take less damage for that Charizard. It's unfortunately I don't have a move that like causes like a flinch. Can't even like teach Headbutt that I do not currently possess. Okay, well now we have definitive proof that basically minimum battles doesn't work. Unfortunately, This just feels like the most wasted candy ever. Because I just had to use 3 candies and the first candy was like that much XP. Unfortunately, there's really no move difference we can do. Oh, also... Okay, well, the Dragonite situation obviously has gotten slightly better. We can't really have the sharp beak for the next run. Okay, so I can't remember if we learned if Drill Peck was better, Hidden Power is better. It's 75 defense, 85 special defense, but it's 145 attack versus 167 special attack. So it's like kind of equal and the powers are equal. So really, all of them are relatively the same. Yeah, so we kind of have to get like we kind of have to go the Confuse Ray route. Like we needed to hit itself. On the bright side, looking at level 55. Okay, well that was just kind of lucky. At level 55, if it hits itself, it now turned the Aerodactyl into 2-shot. So essentially, using Confuse Ray is not a wasted turn. So that works out. Because we kind of predicted that even if it hit itself with Confuse Ray, it was still a wasted turn overall. Because the damage that... did he just go... Oh, no, that's the second Dragonite. Okay. Okay, so Aerodactyl, Confuse Ray. Okay, I mean, that's fine. You just have to hit yourself one time. Oh. They do the same. They do the same. Drill Peck and Hidden Power pretty much do the same. The power is almost identical. The Aerodactyl's got higher special defense, and my special attack is higher. Like they're pretty much all identical. Interesting. It did not go for Thunder Wave that time. All right, so does this become a 2-shot now? Okay, so the higher level makes a difference on Aerodactyl. Yeah. Okay, more rare candies. I don't know how this is going to affect red, but, you know, I did predict when we skipped all this training, it was going to make like a 30-minute Lance, and I was certainly right. Oh, you're right. The XP bar is also... Oh wait, no, we just used rare candy, so there shouldn't be any XP on the XP bar. Yeah, it just went up a little bit. Okay. Okay, that was a crit. I was about to say that didn't make any sense. Interestingly enough, it goes for Blizzard. That's very weird. I mean, it pretty much has to hit itself. Yep. Okay. Well, now I guess that if the Charizard hits itself and the Dragonite hits itself, we can win. But they didn't. John, we've actually earlier we had a lot of chatters. You might not even be third place. No, it doesn't look like there's been a lot of chatters, but if you scroll up, there has definitely been a lot of chatting. Okay, well. Unfortunately, now we go second by being paralyzed. Didn't matter. Would rest help? Yeah. Rest would help. I'm trying to think. Is Hidden Power even usable on anything? So far, we've basically not needed Hidden Power. The only Pokemon we've ever used Hidden Power on is the Will's Xatu. And quite frankly, We didn't really even need it then. Do we even need Nightshade? Yeah. We need Nightshade for probably Surge. John, we don't change hidden power. We had a whole conversation about this earlier in the run. We don't do that. I'm not opposed to it. I don't think that hidden power is cheating. It's mostly just an argument thing. I would hate to have to get into an argument with somebody in chat or somebody in the comments on why my hidden power choice was just wrong. Really? I flinched rest and then he missed. That's insane. Okay. Okay, we still have to get the miss. Honestly, the Confuse Ray might have been the better keep because of the whole Aerodactyl situation. Okay, that's the first Dragonite. It unfortunately did hit me with Thunder Wave. Okay, for some reason these Thunder Waves, they're hitting way too much. Yeah. It's crazy to think that this Aerodactyl is now crit me with Rock Slide twice. But I can't get two 25% misses, one of them to miss. But this Aerodactyl's crit me twice in a row. There we go. We finally got a miss. All right, we finally get to pass the Aerod... Oh, wait, hold on. We might not pass the Aerodactyl. Okay, yeah, never mind. We will pass the Aerodactyl. The Charizard, though, is the debatable one. I guess it depends on how much damage the Flamethrower does. Well, Flamethrower is not going to miss. Wow. So the odds of him getting a crit are higher. So much higher than I anticipated. I should have kept Confuse Ray. It's clearly the most successful strat for getting past Aerodactyl because I don't have any more rare candies. Okay, well, I finally got a crit for the first time in ages. All right, let's see. Aerodactyl. I cannot two-shot it with Nightshade. Not half. Not half. Feels bad. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do against the Charizard. It still does too much damage. Like, I need Confuse Ray for Charizard, too. It's never going to miss Flamethrower. Yep. Should have kept... Interesting. I just now noticed that Charizard actually has Hyper Beam. I don't think I've ever seen it use Hyper Beam before. That was the last one! That was the last Flamethrower! Alright. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and put Confuse Ray back on our moveset. Alright. Okay. I guess I gotta refresh because it's not working. Nope, not confusion. No, stop defaulting to confusion. I said confuse. There we go. All right. It's a move we already had anyways. Well, theoretically, the Charizard should crit one of the flamethrowers. Theoretically. 15 PP without getting a crit seems unlikely. Okay, well, it hit a Thunder Wave, so now the next one needs to miss. No, we're just not even going to bother anymore. Theoretically, we can still win at 55. We don't actually need to be 58. All right, that's the first Dragonite. It managed to hit. Second Dragonite. There we go. All right, now Aerodactyl, you need to hit yourself one of the 2 times. Thank you. Confused no more, so be it. All right, Charizard, you could just, hit yourself 1 time. That'd be great. Thank you. That did a lot more damage than I expected. Huh. I don't think I'd live either an Outrage or a Hyper Beam. Okay, good. Well, at least everything's coming up my way. No. Okay. So level 58 is the difference between 1 shot or 2 shotting the last Dragonite. Question is if that's worth it or worth using all my rare candies before red. Because now I don't have anything for red left. Oh, right. And my regular solo runs, we wait until the timer comes up. I mean, it looks like we're still going to hit the under. So as long as we don't have like the most ridiculous red issues, the over under will probably be fine. From here on out, it pretty much just goes down to Pikachu luck. Because we're weak to electric, so setting up all of our curses on Pikachu is going to be very difficult. You voted over 150? Wow. So much faith. Yeah, I know Xatu is bad. I was basically saying Xatu is pretty much Skarmory and Crobat without stats. Like, Skarmory and Crobat didn't really have good moves or stats, or didn't really have good moves. But at least Skarmory and Crobat had stats. But Xatu doesn't have moves or stats. So I figured it had to be worse than those two. But I did mention before the stream started, the reason why the over-under is so high is because I wasn't going to do training. Even though, oh, whoops. That I was pretty sure it needed training. But on the first runs, I like making it harder than it needs to be. So that way the second run, I can not do the training. And then the run could just be easier than it needs to be. Although it did appear that there probably is no easy at all in general. Yes, it does have a lot of relevant weaknesses. I can agree with that. Dark, not so much of a big weakness though. I guess there was a Houndoom that hit me with Crunch. Ghost, I got hit by Shadow Ball on the Gengar. On not Morty's Gengar because I was faster than Morty's Gengar, but I guess really Karen uses a lot of the weaknesses. Electric, Ice, and Rock. Really, Rock. There's a Machamp and a Machoke with Rock Slide. Ice. There's more. There's Price's Aurora Beam and Blizzard, and Electric. There's a lot of electric types with Thunder, Bolt, Thunder. Really, every single weakness is relevant in Gen 2 so far. Oops. In Gen 1, I usually fly back there. Right. Up. Okay, well that was a weird way to get here, but okay. I tried to do the backward method and didn't go well. There was no extra up to go. All right. Right, up, down. I could show John that item that I was talking about when we were doing that last one, the one that's in the bottom right-hand corner of this area. There it is, John. Yeah, I told you there was a hidden item right there. That's why I tried to pick it up on the Kaizo stream. I knew there was an item there. Interesting. That trainer actually has the same name as my mom. Heidi. Skiploom Girl is actually just my mom. Interesting. No way my dad will be anywhere in any of the Pokemon games. Such a rare name. It's so rare that pretty much nobody even pronounces it right. When I tell people my dad's name, I pretty much just have to say the Disney ride minus one letter, and then people understand what it is. It's the Disney ride Sorin without an A. So it's Serene. Sorin. No one ever says it right. Everyone says Sorin. My room would never look like that. I'm not really a messy person. My mess right now is I have a shirt on the ground. One shirt on the ground. And I have a reason for that shirt being on the ground and not in the hamper. This morning, my alarm did not go off. And I'm not like one of those excuses, did not like, oh, my alarm didn't go off. And you know, meanwhile, you just clicked, you know, end alarm. No. My alarm literally did not go off. And the reason why it didn't go off, when I clicked on the alarm this morning, the alarm app, I opened it up and it's like, hey, your alarm didn't go off. We need more permissions. So I had to give the alarm app more permissions than it already had, which is weird because it's been ringing for, you know, months and months and months now without those permissions. Just like now is when you needed the permissions. I would have gladly have given it, the first time I logged into the app. But yeah, my alarm legit did not go off. Oh, that Lapras had Blizzard. But I really like my alarm app. Although recently they added a new feature that I think is the most ridiculous feature ever. If you guys think the world is not doomed, my alarm clock asked me, do I want to watch an ad to click snooze? This may not sound like a big deal. Just click, end alarm. I usually snooze 5 times every morning. I usually set an alarm for relatively a lot earlier than when I should wake up. And then I snooze for 10 minutes 5 times. And I couldn't do that. It asked me if I wanted to watch an ad to click snooze. Unbelievable. I can't tell you if it did. It did it 2 days ago. So I have a feeling whatever is happening with the app, they're making a lot of changes to it right now. Because yesterday they did, or 2 days ago, they did the whole snooze thing. And today they did the whole permissions thing. So I have a feeling the app is currently being worked on. The only excuse. Or the only explanation. But I love the app. It makes you answer math problems to wake up, which is just fantastic for me because I will keep clicking snooze like infinitely. The reason why the whole math problems things really works out for me is because it's not the math problems that wake me up, it's the keeping my eyes open to do the math problems that wakes me up. Well, I guess this is why we kept Nightshade. Probably should have used rest though. Yep. Truly a dystopian world where it asks you ads before you wake up in the morning. It's not cool to think about. Explosion did so little. Wow. But here's the thing, I can't like switch to another app. I mean, how many apps out there will do make you do math problems to wake up? The act of keeping my eyes open in the morning to do the math problems is what wakes me up. I'm like the stereotypical, kid who literally cannot get out of bed until his mom, wakes him up. That's me. All right, I probably should have had the leftovers on for Surge. I also should have used rest on Surge. Next run will do better. Hey, look, we're 1 level away from Psychic. On the very last place I needed to use, the only place I needed to use Psychic, because let's be honest, how often are you gonna use Psychic once you're level 65? This would have been nice to have Psychic right here. Could have Psychic swept. Now I don't even think I need Psychic at all. I mean, like, do I even need it over Confuse Ray? I don't know. Hey, Speed.
Some about you looks different.
Yeah, it's the hat.
No, you were supposed to let me guess, and I would say, is it the curtains?
You can see through the hat because apparently Ash's hat is green.
Where'd you get it?
Just Amazon. I bought it
Nice.
like 6 months ago. I have just not worn it.
I like what M. Tiberius did with the overlay.
M. Tiberius did something?
Not M. Tiberius, MVF. I'm sorry. They
Yeah.
both start with an M.
The background on the card is pretty awesome. The
I
fact
kind
that-
of wish I could do that with my overlay, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I have no idea how he melded the colors into the other color, but you know, he's making a lot of changes I didn't even ask for, and you know what? I'm just appreciated he did it.
I like what he did with the trainer section. It's a bit more organized, and you can see where the money is a lot clearer.
Yeah, I don't notice. I don't look up there unless I absolutely need to. But I do like the squares for the Pokemon. Like that's the only thing I really notice. Unless I'm like, of course, need XP. Oh look, Psychic when I don't need it.
What? No psychic for a psychic type?
No. My egg move is Drill Peck. My move set all of the way up to the Elite Four is Drill Peck Nightshade.
Why is Nightshade so good?
It's for Jasmine. I can 2-shot the Magnemites and I can 3-shot the Steelix.
I mean, Drill Peck with Stab is essentially better than Return.
It is better than Return, and that's why I don't have Return right now.
Hey,
Literally-
you're learning from your old ways.
My
Like if
second
you did this run a year ago,
My second run, I'm picking up the Sharp Beak.
you know what's funny? If you did this run a year ago, I guarantee you you would have Return.
Well, a year ago, my overlay would have still have showed the power, and the power.
Yeah, but remember during the backports, like we did one in Gen 2.
That's because I hate Sludge Bomb.
Well, it wasn't just Sludge Bomb. I remember we also backported some sort of steel type.
Okay, but I have. Oh crap! Darn it! I have a prejudice against. I have a prejudice against poison and steel. I don't like them, and you're purposely picking the two exceptions to the rule. I don't like poison and I don't like steel, and it just so happened that it was whatever the 80 power steel move is in Sludge Bomb. Really? Right?
That Pidgeot lives to mirror move.
Oh god. I forgot this thing has Rock Slide. I should have started with a Confuse Ray.
Why'd you teach Rest so early?
Needed it for Lance.
Don't let Ike hear you.
Do I get Sandstormed in Gen 2 if I knock it out?
I don't think so. Oh.
No! Ouch.
Are you sure it wouldn't? Are you sure? Like, I think it'd be a good idea to have Psychic here, because do you need Nightshade for red? Psychic is going to be really good against that Rhydon.
True.
Do you have the TM for it as a backup?
No.
Wow. You have yourself to blame.
Fury attack.
See, I told you that thing, Fury attacks.
I had to see it to believe it.
Do you believe it now?
Maybe. But what if I don't? What if I don't believe what my eyes saw?
I don't know what to tell you then.
Oh yay, rain! Perfect. I appreciate that very much, Gyarados. I was really not liking that sandstorm.
Didn't you say at some point you were going to add more backgrounds to your overlay for the cards?
So sometime in the near future, when everything is set up. I still haven't even started looking for the roommates because I still don't have my fridge.
Oh no, not your fridge.
Well, everything starts when I get the fridge. I can't get an animal because it would require, or I can't get another cat because that would require me to So taking like the fridge is going to require me of taking the door off the handle, which the cat can then get out. So I don't have a cat right now. I don't have the fridge, and I guess nothing's really stopping me from getting a roommate, but it would be easier if I just had the fridge. Oh, right. I'm still not done with all the things I want to do to the house. I still want to get an to build an awning in the front yard.
I don't know what that is.
Think a umbrella connected to the side of the house.
Huh. Are you talking about those little like cloth like little overhangs that you see on the side of houses, like
Yes.
for shade?
Yes.
That's what they're called? Oh, okay.
I already bought the awning, but installing it by myself is going to be quite hard because it's going to be very heavy. Okay.
You would think cloth is light.
No!
Did you forget curse?
I sure did.
Shame.
It is the first run, and we do still have 15 minutes for the over-under.
Oh, Steve, you know what really irritated me about that Doduo run? It wasn't just the fact, like, it took me 10 minutes to beat the champion. By the time I finally finished the run, I was 20 seconds past the under. Like, I had 10 minutes to beat the under, and I failed, just barely.
I just walked past.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know. It's been so long since I've had to actually get curse. That guy doesn't shut up.
He's just like the fan club guy who talks about his Rapidash.
Okay, am I missing anything else?
Dude, can't you just teleport back? Didn't you go in the center?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're gonna save so much time on run number 2. Where the Lance problems won't be as big of a deal. Man, I love the repel counter because I had to click down twice and left twice in the cave, and if I didn't have the repel counter, that would have just sucked.
I mean, the reason I wish for a repel counter, it's not for like dark caves. I just want to know when I need to refresh my repel. It's really annoying when it's like, hey, you already have a repel active. 2 steps later, your repel runs out. Like, why can't it be like Gen 1?
Yep.
Where you can just use a repel whenever you want. Like, if I use a repel when I still have steps left, so I can afford to lose some extra steps. I'm rich.
Whoa!
Dude,
Jesus.
It's almost never a good idea to set up on Pikachu.
Well, now I need to see what the second Pokemon is. Jeez.
If I had to take a guess, it's most likely the Blastoise. Because of Blizzard. Hey. Do you know if Scott did Xatu and Crystal?
Not a clue.
Want me to look and see what he did?
I don't know how to set up. The Pikachu 2-shots me, and I'm sure the Blastoise probably 2-shots me as well. No, Pikachu, why?
It charmed you.
It's like, oh, okay, add insult to injury, paralyze me too. Why don't you? I think I need at least 2 curses to knock Blastoise out. Oh,
I noticed Drill Peck has 67 power on that Pikachu, but Return would have 114, which is almost double. Do you think Return would one-shot Pikachu?
Yeah. -1, it's not. I don't even know if +1 knocks out Pikachu in general. This is why I hate Confused Ray. I have to successfully do, like, the Pikachu has to successfully hit itself multiple times for everything to go right for me. Come on. Okay, let's see. How much faster? Oh, right, I'm now paralyzed. Oh, the blast is 145. Okay, that's not happening with -1 speed. Okay. Do I even have an escape rope? Nope, we're done. Okay. I'm not walking out. We're just gonna give ourselves return. We're not going by the, our second time is gonna be significantly better anyway, so. All right.
Do I see cheating?
Yes.
Okay, then. I think level
Really?
70 might be neat.
You Pikachu.
I'm thinking maybe what the plan should be is defeat the Pikachu and then the Blastoise as soon as you can, and try and set up on the third Pokemon.
I want to know if I can survive a blizzard.
I think you should. I don't like how little that did.
Oh. This Pokemon's so bad.
Oh, right. I was going to look at Scott's channel.
I don't even know if the leftovers matter. I have the pink bow. I think I'm just going to go use that.
He's only done Xatu in Crystal. He never did Xatu. I mean, the movesets will probably be similar. I'll see what he did. Let's see.
Okay. Oh, God. Why'd you set up Rain Dance? That doesn't even make sense.
He probably detected Blizzard would miss, and then he detected Surf wouldn't be enough to one-shot, so he used Rain Dance.
Okay. Confuse Ray.
Oh.
Curse. 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 One more curse. Oh, God. One. Okay. We'll return. Oh, God, my special defense dropped. No. Oh, he re-upped the... No. I'm going to be slower than Snorlax. Amnesia. Amnesia.
Right.
Amnesia.
That is not going to amnesia.
Oh, I was speed tied with Snorlax. That's awesome.
So, I'm looking at the Xatu run Scott did. His moveset was Psychic, Curse, Rest, and Return. He never used Confuse Ray. And, let's see. What was he doing setup on?
Psychic, return, rest, and what? Oh, psychic?
Psychic,
Okay.
Cursed, Rest, and Return. I think he said he had Psychic for the Venusaur.
Psychic's gonna be for the Blastoise.
Oh, probably would. I need to... I'm gonna look at this.
Oh, the Blastoise is a 4-shot.
Yeah, it was for the Blastoise. However, though, the Xatu... Keep in mind, this is a Xatu, not a Xatu, but his Xatu needed level 85 for the 2-shot. I think your Xatu might be a little underleveled.
I mean, I did that on purpose, but yeah. Yeah.
I mean, since you effectively cheated return, Do you think you can cheat Psychic on your moveset and see how much it does to Blastoise?
No thanks.
All right.
I think this can do it.
Yeah, honestly, I think since you have the Pokerust though, I think level 70 Psychic might be able to two-shot.
How in this world is this thing unable to hit itself? Finally. I needed to hit it one time, so that way I can 3-shot it instead of 4-shot it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm looking at the raw stat value. His Xatu had 218 special attack, and I see yours is 212, so you're almost essentially tied with the special attack, but...
How is that fair? That should not be allowed. You should not be able to get a crit and a stat drop in the same turn. It should just not be... That should just be cheating.
You know what I think is cheating? Confusing the opponent when they're asleep.
Yes. Although
Is
that
a new confuse animation?
One makes sense for Hypno.
That's a new confuse animation. Are you planning to... Oh, I was just going to ask, were you planning to stall the Espeon?
I don't think I can live against this Snorlax. I can't because I got hit by a special drop. Otherwise, I would have.
That Snorlax doesn't even have special moves.
Well, there's 2 Pokemon with special moves after this.
Oh.
Dang it. I don't like living on the edge.
Yeah, you gotta live on the edge sometimes. Dude, this hurts to watch.
It hurts to play, man. I'm so close to the over-under.
Also, I just noticed your reset counter's off center.
It's all like that on purpose because I needed to go into the hundreds value now.
All right, Venusaur has a 50-50 chance of
that was the
Giga
special
Drain or
drop.
Solar Beam.
That was the special drop. Okay. Rest. Thank you.
Oh, it took his... That was a 50-50 chance. He also could have used Giga Drain. But fortunately the AI does not know the difference between 1-turn and 2-turn moves.
Please, 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 please. Okay.
Let's go.
That was brutal.
Yeah. You were definitely underleveled though.
Oops. Okay.
I think if you had Psychic on your moveset to two-shot the Blastoise, you could probably do red around level 70.
The Blastoise.
I think you could with Psychic, because you also have Pokerust too, so your special attack's going to be a lot higher than normal.
Look, it's
I mean,
216
Xatu did it
versus
at
186.
85.
It's not that big of a difference.
Well, Return was doing hardly anything, unless... I mean, I guess the
Return
Confuse
power
Ray
is
strat still works.
126 versus Psychic's 135, so it's still not that much more powerful either.
Well, Blastoise's physical defense is much higher than its special defense.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, plus... Yeah, Psychic gets the stab damage as well.
John, do you honestly think it would take me 4 whole minutes to walk out the end of the cave without a Actually, you know what? Screw it. You know what, John? Hold on. We're gonna prove John wrong.
What's John saying? Use Bide?
No. He said he still thinks he's right because I cheated. All right, let's just prove him wrong. Let me go back all the way to red and then go backward through the cave and see if it takes me 4 minutes.
Why does John think it's going to take you 4 minutes to get out of the cave?
Okay. All right, John. Let's see if my cheating saved 4 minutes.
Oh, he thinks you cheated the under?
Well, he says yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Oh god. All right, left, up. Oh god. Left, down, right, Down. Oh god. Okay, I'm lost. Where's the Pokeball? Let me see a poke. There, ha! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, okay. There we go. Oh, there's fences.
Why do you call ledges fences?
Okay, all right. Now let's just go get it.
Are you sure it didn't roll over to Monday?
It's probably not. Yeah. It. Oh wait, we're not 6 hours. We're not at 6 hours. We're almost 6 hours though. What in game time is it?
You gotta look at your Poke Gear. Ha ha ha. Cheated. You couldn't even get return if
How
you
does that even make
tried.
sense? It says 5 hours.
If you started at 6 p.m.
It should be 11:27.
Well, oh, here's the other thing. Even if you reset, the time of day still progresses. You know, like when you have Crystal in your Game Boy, you turn it off,
Oh yeah.
and then you turn it on the next day, it progressed 12 hours.
That would actually explain a lot of future hardships. Okay, so we never would have gotten return, so we would have had to do it with Drill Peck. Okay, I can see the fact that we
Cheated.
would have gotten an over if we didn't cheat in return. Okay.
He fucking cheated.
Okay.
All right, I have to prepare my stream. Have fun with run 2.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the restroom. We're gonna start run 2. It's gonna go way better than run 1. Hopefully. While I was in the restroom, it just dawned on me. We're all idiots. Remember how we had so many resets on blue? I have Giga Drain and Solar Beam. It could have easily destroyed Rhydon. That's all right. Wouldn't have needed Nightshade at that point. All right. Fast, off, shift. All right. Frame 5. We don't start our timer until after we've given ourselves the egg move. Okay, well, I accidentally just made it daytime, but that's okay. Not a big deal. We don't need it to be nighttime for quite a while. It's good. Okay, I actually have to get the Poke Gear before just to double check the time. Okay, so it's PM. All right, good. Oh, this is gonna affect our Bellsprout, isn't it? Oh well. That's a good point, MVF. I'm curious because we don't need whatever that fourth move is. If it's Giga Drain instead of Psychic, that could work, but it would have to do at least a third. It would need to do at a minimum a third. Oops, I did horn drill, not drill. Dang it. Drill heck. There we go. Whatever option I pick, it has to do at least a third. Now, I'm not curious. I'm kind of curious how this daytime is going to affect the run. It looks like it will probably affect our ability to get the pseudo or the Bellsprout. It's still Sunday, so we can still pick up return. Not that that matters. I know it doesn't affect Krabby in any way. Oh, hold on. Let's restart the run again. I forgot to make it Sunday. Monday. Forgot to make it Monday. I don't know about the Sandshrew, and I use Repel in Union Cave, so I'm not even gonna bother thinking about that. Okay, Monday. I'm trusting that you guys are right about this Monday thing. If I might be a little mad if I play all the way to that city just to find out that it wasn't Monday. Wait a second. We need return. Dang it. Okay, hold on. We could do both. Okay. We could make it 7 p.m. Okay. We can make it 7 p.m. and then so that's 1 hour later than usual. So that way when we make it to Kanto, it will be most likely 12 o'clock by the time we make it to Kanto. 12 o'clock will not affect the time of day, so it will still be nighttime, so we can still get Curse. But it will then be Monday. Oh, but no, wait, hold on a second. We want them the other way around. We want to have the... Yeah, we can't get it. Never mind. It's got to be Sunday. We can't get both items. I need return to beat red, so I gotta have return. Unfortunate, but you know, no sharp beak for us. If only it was reversed. Like I could get if only I could get the sharp beak on, you know, the day prior and then get, you know, return. Wait, hold on. Can you get return on Tuesday? I know you can get to return on 2 days of the week. I think it's Wednesday and Saturday. Hey, Black Air Force Energy, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it is working. We're just trying to think of the strategy for the second run. The first one was quite brutal. Xatu, not the greatest Pokemon. We need to do a lot more training for Lance and for Red, and possibly move our moves around for Blue. We're just trying to figure out Pink Bow is Tuesday. Okay, well that's unfortunate. Yeah, okay, then there's no way we're gonna get the Sharp Beak then. So we're just gonna have to get return. Return is gonna be for Red. Can't drill peck Pikachu. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we're gonna get return. We're just gonna do our normal 6 p.m. Sunday. That's pretty much it. We're not gonna change anything else. We're just gonna have to be a higher level because if I recall, Claire required us to be a higher level. The champion requires us to be a higher level. Honestly, Price might require us to be a higher level. Although Price could be as simple as just him missing one blizzard. There's nothing we can do different for Jasmine. Jasmine was basically, she needs to miss a Thunder Wave. Really no choice. Gotta miss a Thunder Wave. The rival, if we're a slightly higher level for the rival, we can knock out the Golbat on both of the rivals teams. Not much we can do about the Magnemite and Magneton. If they hit us with Thunder Wave, it is what it is. Claire, I think Claire might have been a range on one of the Dragonairs. So definitely want to be a higher level for that range. So yeah, a lot of our problems get solved if we are just a slightly higher level. So I'm not really sure where I want to do the training. Let's see. What's the first hard part? Whitney was a little bit hard, but okay. Whitney required us to be level 19. So we needed a little bit of training for Whitney. Not very much training at all, though. Just a little bit. All right. Let's see. We don't need any for Morty. We don't need any for Chuck. Jasmine. It's mostly luck based. Oh wait, no. Jasmine's after Price. We wanted to be a slightly higher level for Price. So the training we want to do before Price would be. It would either be the Rockets, which I don't want to do, or the trainers in. Okay, we can do the trainers in the Lake of Rage. I think that's fine. We can do trainers in Lake of Rage. Let's see. After the trainers in Lake of Rage, then we got the whole Rocket portion. Then it's Claire. We want to be a slightly higher level for Claire, so we can do the trainers east of Mahogany. Okay, so we want to do trainers in Lake of Rage. We want to do trainers east of Mahogany. We want to do trainers before Victory Road. Question is, do we want to do trainers south of Dragonthorn? Because Dragonthorn, the trainers there aren't good, but at least they're better than a lot of the other trainings. Is there an early game Lucky Egg? There is not. I think Lucky Egg only exists as a 5% drop on a Chansey, and Chansey's only in Kanto, so it really, Lucky Egg basically doesn't exist. After that, really no problem all the way up to Lieutenant Surge. Not really much we can do with Lieutenant Surge. We could, in theory, be able to get Psychic as early as Lieutenant Surge, but the odds of that are quite low. Plus, we have to decide if we want to use all of our candies for Lance again. Last time, all of our candies brought us to 68 for Lance. Do I want to consider doing that again, considering how hard Red was? Not 68, sorry, 58. 58 for Lance. Hard to say. If only I could get that other candy but that would require me to do Bellsprout Tower, and I'm not doing Bellsprout Tower. That takes 3 minutes. I'd rather do 3 minutes of training than do Bellsprout Tower. No, I think we've added a sufficient amount of training. We added 3 areas of trainers, possibly 2 if we really think it's hard enough. As far as Kanto is concerned, I don't really think there's much we can do to improve Kanto. Lieutenant Surge really goes down to double team luck and paralysis luck, depending on if Raichu Thunder Waves you. Blue we could make slightly better just by having Psychic. Yeah, I think we got the run solved at this point. There's really not a lot we can do to fix quite a few portions of the game. Now the question is, how early do we want to teach Return? So our final move set. Okay, actually, let's go ahead and swap over to this one. Okay, so our move set is going to be Drill Peck, Nightshade. I'm trying to think, when's the last time I used Nightshade? Last time I used Nightshade is as Lieutenant Surge, so yeah, we'll need Nightshade for a while. Then it'll be Confuse Ray, which we get at the Elite Four, and we will in fact use it because we need to use the Confuse Ray on Aerodactyl. So we definitely want Confuse Ray. we never really used hidden power the whole run. Hidden power was like, hey, you know, we got a higher special attack. You know, it could be good, but unfortunately, it was never good. So we're not going to even bother with hidden power this time. So that leaves us one slot, and I guess that one slot will be for return. And really, return is only going to be for electric types, but there is a handful of electric types throughout the run. So for the pretty much for the run, our moveset will be Drill Peck, Nightshade, Return, Confuse Ray, until we learn Psychic. And once we learn Psychic, wow, I think once we learn Psychic, we kind of have to get rid of Drill Peck, don't we? No, once we learn Psychic, we get rid of Nightshade. Yeah, Nightshade. Okay, I think we got it pretty much figured out. Let's see, any other moves that I want? Swift. No, Swift's never gonna be helpful. Not even if I get Return, it's straight up better. Thief, no. Fly, no. Flash, no. Never really found an opportunity to use Solar Beam, so that's a no. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a lot of coverage. Giga Drain would have been interesting, but that was only for like one battle. Theoretically, two if you want to consider Brock, but this run we should be a higher level. So by the time we get to Brock, we should have Psychic. But if we don't have Psychic, we could, in theory, teach Giga Drain early over Nightshade just to defeat Brock in Blue. But we did learn Psychic in the middle of Blue. So I really, really don't think we will even have a chance to use Giga Drain. But Psychic straight up. Giga Drain will never be better against Surge. So we can't just be teaching Giga Drain as early as we want. It has to be like right before Brock. So, but that's basically a tiny window. I really don't think we'll be able to use Giga Drain like at all this whole run. Doesn't make any sense. All right, let's go ahead and swap. Oh, let's make the new over/under. So we got 146 last run, but that is with cheating Return onto our moveset. But honestly, that probably would have taken like 2 minutes. So I'm not really concerned about that. The 2 minutes. We also cheated Confuse Ray back into our moveset for Lance, but that really, honestly, that wasted more time than it was useful in theory. If I just had Confuse Ray to begin with, it wouldn't really have been cheating because I taught over it. So it's not like I added it to my moveset. I taught over the wrong move. All right. So let's see. Our over-under should be 1. I'm going to say Knockdown. 142. How fast... Oops. Got caps lock in. How fast will I beat Red? Over 142. Under 142. Oh, that's a good idea, Boss KO. I could just get Psychic as early as possible. Just straight up bypass the need for Giga Drain altogether. All right. That is all solved. Go ahead and start our run. We have established that we are picking up Return, so we'll be doing Sunday at 6 p.m. It's very, very normal. Not changing anything. Get our frame 5 out. It's our better frame. All right. Let's go ahead and start. 6 p.m. We're gonna name ourselves correctly. God, the text feels so slow. No rivals. Go to the right. Immediately talk to the mom. Hold A. Speed told me about the whole day thing. I used to like kind of like try and like say no to the daylight savings, but it turns out the daylight savings just straight up doesn't matter. All right, bird. All right, we got a bird brain on our hands. All right, let's give ourselves drill peck. Drill peck. Save. Reduce the reset. And heal for PP. All right, starter timer. All right. Fingers crossed everything goes well. Although, to be fair, last run, the early game was pretty easy. I mean, once you figure out just kind of how the run is going to go, you can save quite a massive amount of time. Like, I shit you not, like, our over-under is essentially 4 minutes different than our last finish time. I guarantee we're going to save 4 minutes on Lance by himself. But here's the thing. We are adding in 3 entire regions of trainers. So we have to save a significantly larger amount of time. So we're probably going to save 10 minutes on Lance and Red. So between the 10 minutes of Lance and Red, the question is, how much time will that 3 regions save us or cost us? The 3 regions of trainers probably will cost us 4 minutes. And the over-under is also 4 minutes lower. So in theory, we should probably finish at like 140. If my math is correct, we should probably finish at approximately 140. But we might save a little bit more time on the other like kind of hard battles. There were a handful of battles where we got several resets, like the battle with Rival 4 and the battle with Rival 5 in the league, and the battle with Price. Maybe. Who knows? We might not require a Blizzard miss at that point. The level 19 thing will save us like 3 or 4 resets on Whitney. So there is quite a few just minor battles where we can just save like a whole entire minute just by being a higher level. The training doesn't affect those time saves. Yes, essentially that's pretty much what I compare it to is Noctowl. Noctowl was able to learn Hypnosis though. So that was kind of Noctowl's saving grace, whereas Xatu is just going to be straight up relying on the power of Drill Peck versus Noctowl that relied on the power of Broken Sleep. But yeah, I think being able to knock out things with a physical move is going to be faster than using Slow Sleep. Okay, if we lose here in the gym, we're going to restart the run. Last time, I think we lost about half of our HP in the gym. I don't remember how. We're not going to be teaching Giga Drain at all, John. Because we're adding more trainers. We learned Psychic after Brock. Now we're probably just going to learn Psychic before Brock. So there's probably not going to be no opportunity to use Giga Drain. Unless I teach Giga Drain over Psychic and then use the TM for Psychic to teach over Giga Drain, which would probably make Blue consistent. So I guess that could work. That would probably be the most consistent strat to teach Giga Drain for Blue and then immediately teach Psychic back with the TM. Now that I say that out loud, that's definitely the play. All right. It's a shame there's no like items I can just use. Like this guy gives you the miracle seed, but unfortunately I just don't have a grass move yet. Always grab that super potion. I wonder if I should make it an unspoken rule if you battle this Whooper guy just to grab the second Great Ball. But here's the thing. Because we have Nightshade this run, we don't need the Great Ball at all. Like, not even the first Great Ball. Uh, 17 HP. Okay, well, that would be a 2-shot with Nightshade, but we got plenty of Drill Pecks. Still 2-shot, I guess, for now. The level 8, we'll go with Drill Peck first. Yep, that would be a 3-shot. Still 3-shot. Oh, that's a potion. I probably should have grabbed that. Oh, well. Well. Hiker Anthony ruined the beginning of the run. Oh, hold on. Let me add a reset. There we go. Gotta say, did not see that coming. I knew it was a possibility. Truly did not see it coming. That Geodude also having 29 HP was quite shockingly high. That's it is what it is. We need to do training anyways, but this is bad training. Oh well. Aha, Hiker Anthony, we got past you on the harder part. So technically, if you go past Hiker Anthony at the bottom, he can only see you once. But the way I just did it was I went over the top of him and the left of him, so that was actually harder for me to get past him, and somehow I did it. I've never really looked if any of the spinners have preferences. Like maybe I think he's really random though. I don't think he prefers left, right, down, or any direction. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I swear there are spinners that prefer some directions over other directions. But I might be wrong. Luckily, the beginning of the run of an hour and 40-minute run doesn't really matter. Like, if I were truly going for a significantly more competitive time, 8 minutes is not a big deal to just restart the whole run. Well, not 8 minutes. That was like the 5-minute mark, but still. $540 power Drill Peck. That's all right. I decided to go with Peck. I think I was able to walk right past this trainer last time. All right. I didn't actually think that this run would take so long. The restaurant I was gonna go after the stream. I'm hoping it's still open. It's gonna be almost 10 p.m. But it does double as a bar. So probably a good chance it's still open. Plus it's a weekday, so not like it's Sunday either where places close early. I don't think I've ever been there at 10 p.m. though. Oh, look, the bay leaf has a reflect on its screen. If anyone wants to see that. Ironically, I kind of knew that was in the overlay, but I didn't know what caused it to happen, because one of the screenshots that MVF showed me, he showed me and it had that little reflex symbol, but I didn't know what that was, and now I do. I just thought it might have been part of Lapras's background on the screenshot that MVF sent me. Oh crap, I haven't caught a Bellsprout, darn it. Or an Oddish. Paris will work. Cool. We'll take Paris. If I recall, Paris is actually the better Pokemon to have. Paris can learn Dig. Paris is also like only a 10% or something in here. It's real low. I want to say it's even lower than Psyduck. Although, to be fair, Psyduck's not really that rare. Psyduck's probably like 20. I do have an idea. Since I plan on doing the trainers north of crap. Hold on. I got a lot to think about in this area. I really shouldn't be doing as much talking. Oh right, I also don't have Flash. The Lake of Rage, since I plan on doing the Lake of Rage trainers, and what I can do is, after defeating Morty, I could go right instead of left, and I could just teleport back. And since I will have visited Lake of Rage, I can just fly there after getting the fly HM. But more importantly, I can get the training done early. As we know, early training could make a pretty significant... Am I too poor? Oh my god. Oh, I blacked out earlier, didn't I? Yeah, I did black out. Crap. There's a little mishap. I don't think I got the radio card. Yes, no, yes. I think I'm gonna do the training on purpose over here. I'm already level 19, but as you guys saw, like, I think I needed like a rollout miss or something. Maybe if I just do slightly more training. Let's be honest, these trainers are random. I might have battled them anyways. Now, if I battle them on purpose, you know, I might just get the levels that I needed. At the very least, get level 20. Level 20, you know, nice damage rounding threshold there for Whitney. Teleport, sure. Clear. No, we're not gonna get Dig. We've already purchased our escape ropes. Right. We're only at 135 friendships, so there's no point in picking up return just yet. Save just in case. Obviously, this is no guarantee. Okay, slash, sure, that's fine. Roll out doing a third and half. Okay, perfect. Perfect. That saved us quite a bit of time. All those mishaps that we had earlier, the little misplays, I think we just saved all of that due to the reset time we just saved on Whitney. Although we could have just, not screwed up, but, that happens. When you only play 2 playthroughs of Pokemon, very easy to screw up. I was like, man, I have 18 health. This could be bad. And then I'm like, well, they don't have Sonic Boom, so maybe it won't be that bad. Okay, I can still battle Drowsy Guy, but Drowsy Guy won't be hard. Really? 2 encounters in this grass? That's a little nuts. Sudowoodo, you have Rock Throw. That instantly makes you scary. Okay, last time we actually had a real hard time with Jolteon. So we're going to put off the Komodo girls until after we've defeated Morty. We are currently as fast as his Gengar. So we just need 1 more level to essentially outspeed his Gengar. All right, we need a little bit of Magnemite luck here. Please don't get fully paralyzed. That'd be great. Interesting. Hey! Oh, it doesn't know Thunder Wave yet. That's interesting. Oh, Poison Powder. Oh, now I actually have to go to the Pokemon Center. I was going to go straight to the gym, but guess not anymore. Wow, I really liked how fast that poison was. Did you speed up the poison animation? I felt like that it looked faster. Certainly made it look more noticeable. Okay. Well, looks like we'll probably make it to level 25 by the time we make it to Morty. Not sure how that affects any damage. I think we're probably still going to have a one-shot sweep no matter what. Bigger. That might have been the difference. All right, we're faster than everything on Morty's team. I'm pretty sure I one-shot the Gengar last time, so I'm not even going to bother saving. Maybe I crit, maybe I didn't. I highly doubt I did. Okay, I guess last time I did crit. Interesting. Thankfully, it used Mean Look. That could have gone very poorly. All right, now the Komodo girls. Okay. I was trying to think if I go east of here to Lake of Rage and then do the whole teleport thing, just so I have Lake of Rage on my fly list. Then I have to definitely make it to Lake of Rage. So whatever healing items are necessary, I got to use them. Level 28. Okay. Good damage rounding threshold. Oh, I will burn through a repeller too. Oh, well. This guy, one of the best training in the game. 2 fully evolved Pokemon, relatively lowish level. That's fine. Like I said, we planned on doing the training. Although left of here is Quillfish Guy. We don't care about Quillfish Guy. We plan on teaching Return at some point, so it's okay if I end up using an Ether. I don't particularly want to, but if we have to use an Ether, that's fine. I don't know what all of the trainers around here have. I haven't really battled them very often. Lick-a-tongue guy. Nope, that's the other trainer. Okay. We don't have surf yet, so we actually have to walk all the way around. Is repel still active? Our repel's not active. Okay. All right, Drayden. Hopefully your Heart Gold playthrough goes well. All right. Slowbro. Cool, cool. All right, now Gyarados guy. All right, Magikarp. Gyarados. Magikarp. Gyarados. Grab our full restore. Grab our elixir. I don't know if the elixir will matter. I'm going to grab the elixir this run. I normally don't grab the elixir, but grab it anyways. I remember last time we did a little bit of extra training. I'm just going to go ahead and teach this right now. We may not end up using it. We can easily teach over it. Doesn't particularly matter. All right, let's get our PP back. All right, we now have Lake of Rage on our fly list. So as soon as we get fly, we can easily just head back to Lake of Rage. We didn't really waste any time whatsoever, but we got all that training. That was the important thing. Since training isn't that big of a deal in this one, I think I will grab the berry. Last time we did not one-shot the Poliwrath, so, you know, having the waking up from sleep berry doesn't seem like a bad idea. I'll put it on immediately because I don't think anything's gonna be faster than us. Ah, that was a whole set of events starting with the use button instead of give button. All right, now make sure to catch our Krabby. Luckily, we still have Nightshade, so Krabby should not be that difficult to catch. Told that guy no for some reason. Always try and catch your Pokemon before you heal in the Pokemon Center. So that way, if Krabby hits you, you can immediately heal afterwards. Okay, Magikarp, don't do this. You're a 40%. Krabby's a 55%. No, Magikarp, you're not Krabby. Krabby's 55%. Last time we got 2 Staryus. Today, very weird luck. All encounters. Okay, well, at least first try Krabby, that helps. Might go ahead and try the speed method where we teach everything early. All right, let's see. Okay, I can afford the super repels. So I've started, at least when I remember to do it, when I go to that Pokemon Center, I have to click down like a whole bunch of times to get to the super repels. I've just now decided that super repel is second from the bottom. So I've kind of just decided to just hold the down key rather than clicking it a bunch of times because it just seems faster. Okay. I don't really think we've done a whole heck of a lot more training this run, so I imagine Chuck is still going to be very annoying if he manages to hit Hypnosis. Luckily, we have the berry this time. I'm not sure how often the berry's going to come into play later. All right, move that. All right, so down, diagonal. There we go. So you got to start down and then go diagonally. Yeah, learn from your mistakes. A little bit more down than left when you hit the water. All right, it's a one-shot sweep all the way up to the Poliwrath, so don't even bother save like I did last time. The only thing that could possibly happen that could make me lose if I got hit by Dynamic Punch and then I hit myself on the following turn, but I don't think he will do that. I don't think Chuck has random AI. I think he does do like he plans. Hard to say. Sometimes he feels like an absolute moron, but I feel like in runs where I'm weak to Dynamic Punch, he uses Dynamic Punch, so that's probably unlikely to happen this run. Still, I'm not weak to anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and just not save. Perfect. And second Pokemon. Aha! Higher level, higher damage. I'd say thanks to that one shot on Poliwrath, the training was worth it. All right, fly. No, not Bird Brain. We're gonna put fly on Kenya. Move Kenya to slot 2. Go ahead and grab return. All right. I don't know when we should teach return. Anybody have an idea when the best place to teach return is? I want to say the first time we see an electric Pokemon, but the first time we see an electric Pokemon is gonna be Nightshade anyways. Because it'll be a Magneton, which resists return anyways. I'm really debating on keeping Teleport, but I know it's got to be the first move to go. Let's see, what level do I learn Confuse Ray? 50. Okay, so we are a long way from Confuse Ray. Oh, can it... I think I heard from somebody, Future Sight is incapable of critting, right? Because of the whole delay thing. I could be wrong. I don't pretend to know how Confuse Ray work or Future Sight works. Okay. I mean, if we don't need to return it until we get to Kanto, then might as well leave it alone. Trying to think. Is there anybody I want to use the return on in the Elite Four? Does anything resist Grubpeck? All right, make sure to talk to him several times because apparently one time just isn't good enough. Hey, I got past the rocket. Nice. Hello, Rocket. Oh, I could in theory use return on the electrodes coming up. That's like one move. Hey, I got past the rocket again. Nice. Future Sight's probably not going to work on Aerodactyl. It just takes too long to hit anything. I just taught it as a joke because it was just like, you know, better than Teleport. All right, return. Teach that over hidden power. Can't crit. That's what I thought. Okay, well, that Electro got crit, so we don't know if it was worth it or not. Ah, return wasn't worth it. Darn. I pretty much taught return for PP reasons on the other rocket portion of the game. All right, we are just a tiny bit higher level this time. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but we'll see. Okay, well, we got a super potion for that. Who knows? We might get to the damage rounding threshold of level 38 by the time we get to the Pilot Swine. No attack drop. That's important. Fury attack. Nice. All right, so now we can truly see the level difference between us now and last run. We're level 38 currently, and last time we had to fight a few trainers here in the lighthouse to get to 36, so we're already just a higher level this time. But unfortunately, there's really nothing we can do to make the battle with Jasmine here any easier. The only thing I can do is make sure I have the berry for the first try, because that's something I forgot to have last time on the first try. And it's pretty much use Nightshade and pray. Got to get that one paralyzed miss. Okay, well that wasn't a miss. And that one was. And because this actually does such a low amount of damage, Janine might actually, or Jasmine straight up might not heal. So even if I had gotten paralyzed, there's still a good chance I would win that. She would get one more Iron Tail off. I don't think that would make her break it, but you never know. She did just not miss twice. Well, if she hit one more Iron Tail, we would have died. But, you know, 75% accurate move, still no guarantee she hits it. Now, what's annoying is there's the Magnemite trainer in here that I could easily just get paralyzed again. Not a big fan of that. I do have all of her full heals, though, so that's 2. All right, well, these are all 2 shots. Not much I can do about it. Oh, Thunderwave miss. Nice. Thunderwave not miss, you know? 'Twas to be expected at some point. No. No, 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 no. 5 fully paralyzed? 5? 5 fully paralyzed. That's insane. That shouldn't even have been a hard battle. This is why Speed over prepares for that guy, for this, like, one chance that one thing bad could happen. Because this is one of Speed's kryptonites. He over prepares for that Magnemite guy. Like, I just accept the fact I'm gonna get paralyzed and just finish him off because his Magnemites are kind of a low level. But every once in a while, you can get 5 fully paralyzed in a row, like that just happened, and you know, he can put you on the brink of death. It's unlikely, and it's certainly not worth preparing for, but it can happen. Hey, as long as they're just slowing me down and not actually beating me, I'm cool with that. Hey, question about Future Sight. If I were to use a Future Sight and then knock out the Pokemon, will Future Sight hit the next Pokemon? In a solo run that never really comes up. Or is Future Sight essentially locked into the one Pokemon you used it on? Alright, can we one-shot Golbat? Oh, really? Come on, big brain. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay, you need to one-shot this Meganium. Yes! Big brain, you did it! You did the unthinkable. You won! Against all odds. The deck was really stacked against you. Okay, I got 2 drill packs. I should probably up those. Interesting. So you're saying if I use Future Sight against a poison type, knock out the poison type, the next Pokemon, if it's a psychic type, it'll still do the damage from the first Pokemon? Essentially, like, kind of life hacking your way past a difficult matchup? I mean, don't get wrong, I'm not advocating for Future Sight. I'm just trying to see its potential. All right, I really need to find some Pokemon to use some returns on. Okay. Okay, well, there's a max ether coming up. I guess I'll just use the max ether instead of the regular ether. Just keep on spamming drill pack. Future Sight does typeless damage, so you're saying in my scenario where I was talking about wheezing, it would not have done super effective damage to the next mon? So my life hack was not a life hack? Bummer. Oops. No need for sleep talk. All right. Still one reset. I don't know where we are compared to the first run. We still have quite a few extra trainers to be doing training on, but I feel like we're probably ahead of the previous run. Okay. Here on out, we should probably be knocking all of these out. Interesting. So if Future Sight actually does typeless damage no matter what, then we should probably not put Future Sight as a stab psychic move and just put it as like a typeless or a normal move. No, it would have to be typeless because it would consider stab. We don't have an icon for the overlay for typeless. All right. And a mahogany heal because we're going to do the trainers. Boss KO just said it's oh, sorry, I misread that. Okay, so typeless is after Gen 5. Gotcha. Wait. No, that's not what you said. Yeah, I have no idea. To be fair, I don't think anybody's ever going to use Future Sight. This is more of just like a theory crafting than anything else. Right now, we're desperately trying to knock out all of Claire's Dragonairs in one hit. I think last time we got 2 crits. Or I think we did, because I knocked out 2 of the Dragonairs in one hit, and third one not in one hit. It could have been a range. It could have been 2 good ranges and 1 bad range, or it could have been 2 crits and 1 non-crit. Quite frankly, I don't remember. But regardless, we're a high enough level now where if it is a range, it won't matter. If it is typeless, then I need to like create a typeless icon, like some sort of gray icon. Gray could symbolize typeless. Let's see. Okay, I cannot take a protein, I cannot take an iron, so we'll go ahead and skip those. Grab the PP up. Wait, I think she's a trainer. No, she's not. Okay. All right, we need to grab the paralyzed gear berry anyways. I'll just battle everybody along the way, and then I'll go down the right side and battle everyone along the way. I know there'll be plenty of trainers that I miss, and that's perfectly fine. We're not trying to go for all of them. We're just specifically just trying as many trainers as we can. Hey, we're getting really close to Confuse Ray. And that will be over Future Sight. And then our moveset will be complete until we do the whole Giga Drain Psychic swap. Ooh, wow, look at all those Pokemon. All right, we'll just fly one more time. We're not going to go down any further, because if we go down any further, the trainers below there all have like level 10s. I know this from experience. The moment you get to that cave entrance with the berries, the game, the game itself. No, maybe the creators. The creators, for some reason, thought, oh yeah, we should make them level 10 because you can, in theory, get there early on in the game, but you can't get there early on in the game because Rock Smash is in oh no, you can get there. You can get there early. Rock Smash is right next to Sudowoodo. So I guess in theory the game creator's like, oh, you can get Sudowoodo, or you can get Rock Smash next to Sudowoodo, so we can't make the trainers too high of a level, because what if somebody actually uses Rock Smash and gets there early? Instead of giving them high trainers to battle, essentially rewarding them, they punish them by making it level like 12s and 15s. They could easily have just made those over leveled trainers. Really? How dare you survive Seadra? Interesting. I guess the other Seadra was by itself. All right, this guy is the same level as Claire's Dragonairs. Okay, it's a one-shot. That's good. Don't know if it was a range. Don't know. But the important thing is it was a one-shot, so now we only have to worry about Kingdra. Kingdra could use Smokescreen, but you know what? That's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm also not going to save just for time reasons. Level 37, good. Not a range. Perfect. Well, if it was a range before level 50, it's certainly not going to be a range. All right, let's see Kingdra. Smokescreen miss. I will gladly take that. Sometimes I really wish I knew where we are compared to the last run, because we did do a lot of training, but we only have one reset, so I feel like we're ahead, but we could easily not be ahead. Those trainers have a Dratini. They're not even worth it. Cool, cool. Go get our fake TM24. All right, we're currently sitting at 2 rare candies. Last time we defeated Lance at 58. It certainly would probably be a lot easier if we just level 60. Not really sure if we really need the extra rare candies for the for Red himself. Red himself might just... Oops. Might go down to just kind of luck. There's a lot of strategy involved, but there's certainly a lot of luck involved too. Just because I'm going to battle the trainers. East of... New Barktown. Might as well get a heal in. I thought about healing at Professor Elms, but then I realized that it involves a walk, whereas this one I could just fly, and it, like I'm already right there. Not too far. Nice. Although, if we are in fact behind the previous run, that means the previous run's going to be way ahead of us for quite some time, just because the previous run went directly to the Elite Four and didn't do any training. But obviously the previous run is going to be battling Lance for a very long time. All right, 6 candies. See how this goes training wise. All right, we got 1 ether, so we'll just go ahead and just drill peck everything that we possibly can. $51. So if we were to use our 6 candies, that would bring us to 57. So that would already be a pretty decent amount ahead of the previous run. Jeez. Confusion, my worst enemy. Okay, I got a hyper potion. Sure, max potion, why not? Couldn't find the hyper potion, weird. Sand attack, how dare you? Okay. Turns out the hyper potion was quite high on the list. I guess that Eckertique was quite a long time ago. still debating on Quillfish Guy. I guess I might as well. Maybe. We'll see how many drill packs we have left. We might just use return on Quillfish then. Actually, there's only one trainer after this. We'll just go ahead and drill pack the rest. Until the heal house. There are obviously more trainers after this. Or after that. There's the one with the Parasect, the one with the Rapidash, the one with the Blastoise. Alright, heal house. This girl's got a Blastoise and something else. Pikachu, sure. Oh, Blastoise, you survived. Wow, that is impressive. I literally could not remember what this guy had. Oh, wow. I knocked out a Kingler. That's crazy. Kingler's got really high defense. Like, there's a reason why in most runs you can just go ahead and headbutt Krabby, because Krabby and Kingler have so much defense that it usually will live, despite being a significantly lower level than you. All right, so we're approximately 2.5 minutes behind the previous run, according to Boss KO, since he said we got to the cave at 54:20. 2 minutes and 20 seconds behind, but we should hopefully make up a lot of ground. What's my favorite Pokemon? That's a interesting question, because there's a lot of situations that kind of go into what's your favorite Pokemon. Like, my favorite Pokemon to play is gonna be different than my favorite Pokemon, like, that's good. My favorite Pokemon that's good might be better than what do I think is the best Pokemon in Generation 1. But like I like, and my favorite Pokemon design is also different. Did I saved, right? Thank God. Like, my favorite Pokemon design is Charizard. My favorite Pokemon to play is Alakazam. My favorite Pokemon moveset is Hypno. And my favorite Pokemon itself is growing up is like kind of changed throughout the years. You know, it started out as Charizard, and undeniably Charizard had never really changed from Charizard, but you know, I've grown to like some other Pokemon after playing them. I don't dislike the grass types as much as I used to. I used to really not like the grass types. Okay, Thunder Wave's really getting annoying. But like, Fraligator's really, really up there on my favorites list. I know I don't mention it enough, but I really like how balanced Fraligator is, plus just how strong it is in general. Very solid Pokemon. Plus, Fraligator's the first ever Pokemon, first ever starter. Actually, no, I shouldn't even say first. It's the only starter I've ever preferred over the fire type. In every single other game, I prefer the fire type over the water or grass type. Fraligator is the only exception. All right. We knock this out one hit now? Yes. Okay, we didn't. See, that was the only use of hidden power in the entire run. Oh, you meant the whole league itself? Okay, that's interesting. I wonder how long it took us to beat the Elite Four. Like, if the training will have costed us time or not by the time we get to the end of the Elite Four. Okay, so let's see. How much XP are we going to be at the end of this battle? We're going to be at... All right, 10,000, 9,000 the next level up. 7,900 to next level up. I'm hoping to level up like immediately after Bruno. 6,034 to next level up. If I could level up immediately after Bruno, that'd be perfect. All right, 6,034. Overlay says 6,600. Perfect. We'll use our candies right after Bruno. Sandsword, no problem. As you guys may have recalled, the Umbreon and the Houndoom are certainly no walk in the park. Plus, last time we used our last candy and basically wasted a candy. This time, we're not wasting a candy at all. We're perfectly using a candy at the very right moment. All right. I said we wanted to be approximately 60. Let's just use all of them. Last time we used all of them. 63. The reason why I want to go 63 is because I need to be able to two-shot that last Dragonite. That there's certainly no guarantee I can two-shot that last Dragonite. But at 63, 5 levels higher than the previous run, we could certainly do it. Heck, we might even be able to two-shot the Aerodactyl. No, who am I kidding? Well, there's no way we're going to two-shot the Aerodactyl. But, you know... Oh my god! Did you guys see that? On the overlay, we had a little curse. I didn't even notice that. We've been hit by curse multiple times today. The overlay had a little curse icon in the bottom corner. That was awesome. Paralysis Cure Berry. Give. Alright. We need a 50% chance. Well, I should say 50. 2 25% chances to not get paralyzed. We need one of them. Okay, that's... We just got hit. Please miss. Blizzard. Why do you sometimes pick Blizzard? Oh, it hit itself one time. That's all we needed. Oh my god, we got a crit. This is. Oh my god, we got another crit. It was just meant to be. We were meant to win this attempt. Oh my god, we got 3 crits in a row. This attempt was meant to beat him. We were systematically over prepared, and it didn't matter because we got all the crits in the world. And a blizzard miss. On top of all of that, we got the blizzard miss too. I always click on these regular ROMs, not the back ports. I always wait for the playtime to come up. Okay, we've definitely got to be way ahead of the previous run. So incredibly far ahead of the previous run. It would not shock me if we were like 15 minutes ahead. I just need to make sure that I remember to grab remember to grab regular psychic. Oh, look, we're level 64 already. We're going to get psychic after triple Magnemite guy. Assuming we battle triple Magnemite guy. If not, it'll just be a random trainer in Erico's gym. Hey, look, psychic. We're about to get psychic right now. How dare you see me, triple Magnemite guy? I wanted to ignore you so hard. Oh, what am I doing? I could have one-shot swept him with return. Dang it. Now I gotta heal at a Pokemon Center one time. So be it. I forgot that I hadn't been here yet. Oh, here, let's do the whole Scott thing. Scott says he grabs Curse the moment he heads into the city. Saves him an extra fly and a little bit of walking. Oh, I can't do that. Interesting. Oh, crap. I forgot I'm still paralyzed. Okay, hold on. That was close. I should have done that ages ago. Probably when I was training before victory, before the Elite Four, but in the end, I never ended up using any elixirs or ethers, so it didn't matter. Probably still doesn't matter. I'm wondering if I need to do any training here in Kanto. I know that you guys said we need to be into the level 70s. But realistically, all we need to do is make sure to 3-shot the Blastoise. If we can 3-shot the Blastoise, that basically just means we need one Blizzard miss. Because the first turn he's gonna set up Rain Dance for some reason, which means we only need one Blizzard miss. I don't know why he sets up Rain Dance to use Blizzard, but you know what? I'm not gonna argue with his logic. His logic is flawless. All right, up, down, down, left. Okay, well, pretty much everything from here on out is going to be a sweep until we get to blue. Right, up, up, down. I don't really think there's any training that I particularly want to add. Oh, we just skipped Heidi. Because my mom's not going to get a showing on the second run. You know, I'm curious. Have any of you guys ever looked that up? If your parents are in the Pokemon games, at least the names of your parents are in the Pokemon games? See, my parents, you know, both of their names are quite unique. Honestly, I didn't even know there was a Heidi. I'm almost certain there's no Serene, so my dad's definitely not going to be in the game. But I bet you many of you guys probably have your parents in the game and you just never really looked out for them. Hey, MVF, I noticed something. So I noticed under the like calcium and protein, all of that, the numbers disappeared and the boxes got smaller. Have you considered if the number reaches 0, getting rid of them altogether like they are on the right side? Because, I mean, if you get rid of them altogether like you already did with the numbers, then it is also easier to tell if you can still take one or not. Plus, for runs that are really close to the end, like this one, it would be more symmetrical on the cards. Just food for thought. No need to do it. Just to the list. Right. Bye. Gonna go ahead and skip all the trainers here. I am pretty sure we don't really need any training from here on out. The rare candies will probably be fine enough. We'll round off the next level after the blue battle. So essentially, whatever XP we need to the very next level after blue, we'll go ahead and get that level, and then move on to red with whatever rare candies and whatever we have left at that point. I have also not downloaded your newest edition. This is still yesterday's edition. You had a whole bunch of like OBS changes and whatnot to make. I just didn't have time, and I'm going to eat after this. I'll probably work on all that stuff tomorrow. Okay, so this is where we really wanted Psychic. Plus, Return can be useful for Pokemon like Electabuzz. After this, we'll be on our way to... Oh, actually, now that I think about it... No, we still want it. I was thinking we might as well teach Giga Drain early. For Brock. Obviously, we want it for Brock. Oh, nice. One shot of Magneton. That's a first. Gotta love how much lower the defense is on his Pokemon. One move like Return. Totally different run. In about 3 minutes, I'll be beating Lance. Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and use the rest of our Psychics up. Actually, do I even bother teaching Giga Drain early? I mean, Psychic's gonna knock out all the Pokemon in this gym regardless. It's gonna take some time to teach and whatnot. All right, let's see if Psychic doesn't one-shot something. Let's be honest, Omastar was really the only candidate that could have survived a Psychic. Omastar's special defense is quite high. All right, Elixir. Super Repel. Save these trainers. These trainers are essentially Blues gym trainers. They're unofficially Blues gym trainers. but they'll be for technically after blue, not before blue. One of them has all three of the punch Pokemon: Jinx, Magmar, and Electabuzz. Aw, I only needed to move 3 steps. Darn. Uh-oh. Interesting. The Blaine battle just got interesting. A burn. A burn in the very first attack caused me to lose Blaine. That's so embarrassing. Crazy. This is why you play the runs. You absolutely never know this kind of stuff can happen. It looks like it really only cost us some blackout time though. To be fair, I could have knocked it out if I had any psychics remaining. Okay, well, I just made the same exact mistake. If I had a psychic remaining, that wouldn't have been an issue. But I had used all my psychics between... I think I used 4 of them on Surge, 1 of them on the Light Years Junior Trainer, and 5 of them on Brock. To be fair, if we had taught Giga Drain instead of Psychic or Brock, like we planned, we still would have ran out because Giga Drain had 5 PP. So realistically, the same result would have happened, but that mostly just got chalked up to the burn. There's not really much we could have done about the burn. All of our moves are basically physical. Oh, right. Good call. There we go. What a good timing thing. I did it while my Pokemon were being healed, so it didn't add any time to the timer. All right. All right, Giga Drain. Nothing else from here on out is particularly hard. Joda Bro, I already answered your question about favorite Pokemon. There was like 4 answers. There's like favorite strong Pokemon, favorite Pokemon to play, favorite Pokemon aesthetically. A lot of answers. You can't just say favorite. All right, I already grabbed Curse. I said I would get to the next level, but I don't think I'm gonna get 9,000 experience. So whatever level we currently have is the level we'll have after we get 3 candies. So we'll be 74 for red. Unfortunately, not 75, but I don't think there's really 9,000 XP of wild trainers just lying around there. There was 2 trainers there, but I'm pretty sure combined those 2 trainers are worth like 6,000. All right, down, right, up, all around, up, left, 1 space left. There we go. Up, left, up, left. All right, Up, right, down, around. Oh, no, hold on. Up one, right, left one. There we go. All right. So, let's go ahead and teach. Curse over drill pack. Psychic over Giga Drain. Use our 3 candies. And just kind of wing it. All right. Knockout Pikachu. All right. Please set up Rain Dance. Rain Dance, perfect. Now we just need a Blizzard Miss. That's the opposite of missing. Blastoise, that was... Oh, by the way, if we hit a level 75, it might have been a 2-shot with Psychic. That's unfortunate. All right, Rain Dance. Yep, okay. A critical hit. This is like the opposite of like bad luck. This is... Oh, sorry, not the opposite of bad luck. This is like exponentially bad luck. We're using Psychic MBF, so we would need the Twisted Spoons on this. Oh, we got a crit. Nice. Okay. Espeon is where we can start setting up the curses. Oh, I forgot to teach Rest. Oh. Okay. Well, we just got hit by a special drop, so now we're absolutely screwed. Nice. Yep. Okay. Forgot to teach Rest. It is what it is. Probably could have won on that attempt. Feels bad. Okay. Okay, that was a pretty decent amount of damage. Oh, we got a Blizzard Miss. Nice. All right, Espeon. Curse. 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 Curse again. And one more curse, and then we'll go ahead and rest. Oh, it upped its reflect. No special drop. You know what? No special drop means we probably just use return. We can set up the last one on Snorlax. Curse. All right. Hey, we got no special drops. The flamethrower should do a lot less. All right, I'm going to set up... I'm just going to go ahead and use Rest real quick. Because we know Venusaur cannot defeat us. Doesn't even matter. It can get 3 crit solar beams. It just doesn't matter. And 2342. Well, well, well. This is what you call... Okay, 521. This is what you call significant improvement because of strategy. Yeah, sometimes you're able to just cut so much time off of a bad Pokemon because one hard battle. In this case, it was like 3 hard battles, but still, you can improve a Pokemon by just training sometimes. And you know what? It was worth it. Well, let's go ahead and see where this puts it on the leaderboard. 123 is actually pretty good. 123 puts it with the likes of Charizard. And it was 520. Oh my god, did we... Holy crap, it actually tied Charizard. 71 with 9 resets. So which one's lower level? Okay, Charizard still won because Charizard did it at a lower level. But wow, I can't remember the last time I had to go to the second tiebreaker, which is level. Yeah, the over under being set. Was it 4 minutes lower? Was probably a little bit too low, but you know, sometimes you never know if your over leveling will work or not. But yeah, pretty solid run. Very, very happy with how that went. Still don't think that Xatu is anywhere near as good as it is in Pokemon Stadium. But gotta say, Stab Psychic, pretty solid move. Still don't think that Xatu's... Well, I guess now that I think about it, Stab Psychic is all Xatu really uses in Stadium anyways. It does use Nightshade, Fly, and Giga Drain. And Giga Drain is mostly for a type matchup, so I would understand a Giga Drain. And Fly is mostly for a type matchup, so I guess technically it is pretty good. It's a lot like the Pokemon Stadium Xatu, but it's certainly not anywhere near as fast as I outsped everything in the game. Who am I kidding? Maybe Xatu was pretty good. It's just that Xatu has some pretty hard matchups, and maybe we should take advantage of those. As you guys saw, Xatu not a big fan of Dragonites. Xatu also not a big fan of Charizard, actually, now that I think about it. Although Stadium 2's Charizard's not very good. Xatu not a big fan of the Magneton and Magnemite. Same thing with the Steelix. So there's quite a few Pokemon that we probably learned that are really, really bad matchups for Xatu, but nothing we kind of didn't already know. But Charizard was an interesting choice, an interesting one. Oh, Aerodactyl, yes, Aerodactyl too. Aerodactyl, very bad matchup for Xatu. So, you know, we came out with some good knowledge. Maybe we'll be able to take advantage of it on the Stadium 2 rental randomizer on Thursday. But anyways, have a nice night, guys, and I will see